Hello, so today we will analyze another master game. This one's played by Mark Taimanov and Lev Polugevsky. I don't know how to pronounce that. Mark Taimanov is playing with the white pieces against Lev with the black pieces. So, let's get into it. D4, D5, and C4, the Queen's Gambit. We get the Queen's Gambit accepted, and after this we just get Knight to F3, Knight to F6, Queen to A4 check, Knight B D7, and then Knight to C3. We get E6, we get E4 here, just, taking the whole center, and the Queen's Gambit accepted, basically just gives up the whole center, and for the idea of keeping this pawn, but white is gonna win the pawn back anyway. So, we get C5 here. And after this, Mark Taimanov here just plays D5. And after D5, you think that after takes, he'd recapture. When instead he plays E5 here, which is a very strong move. A pawn sacrifice. And the idea is that after something like D4, which is exactly what happens in the game here, you can pause the video here to try to evaluate why it says white is better, even though white is down 2 pawns. The idea is that E takes F6 here is a good move, but Taimanov plays a move that transposes into a position like that with bishop takes C4, and after D takes C3, E takes F6 here. You can't take with the knight because it's pinned, and you can't take with the pawn because then that just ruins your pawn structure here. So you get queen takes f6 here, immediately threatening a fork with c takes b3, and if you take, well, now they just take and you're getting cooked. Like this. But after queen takes f6, that allows bishop to g5. And now the queen has to move. The queen goes to c6 here, offering a queen trade, but this is the punchline of this game. We're already getting a brilliant move right after this. Can you try to guess what Mark Taimanov played here? So, once you're done, the move is long castles. This is a brilliant move. Like the queen is hanging, but you long castle anyway. The idea is, you can't take, because then there's rook he1 check. And suddenly your king's not safe here. You can't. If you go here, then you get mated immediately because of this. It's known as the opera's mate. So you have to block with the bishop. But then I just take, and now you're forced to go here, and suddenly everything's hanging. Like rook takes f7. You can go for a windmill, and this position is losing. If you ever go here, then I'm pretty sure there's rook he1 check. You're getting mated. If you go here, you can start winning every single piece on the board, like here, check, here, check, here. This is probably the easiest way to win the game, but there's just mate here. Forgot about that. Like this. So you can't accept the queen sacrifice. So you have to play something else. We get c takes b2 check, and then king takes b2, and once again, still not possible, this capture. Because, once again, we get rook he1 check, and then it leads to the same thing. Like, after this, it's the same exact position. Except the c and b pawn is gone. So you can't go into that variation. So after king takes b2, we get bishop to e7 in advance so that this doesn't come in with check. But here we just get rook he1 anyway, immediately threatening to capture the bishop. And once again, if you take, it transposes into the same line. So after bishop to e7, rook he1 f6 is played. And after this move, we get the move bishop to b5. Just attacking the queen here. And the idea is to try and win this knight. So the only move here is queen b6 to pin the bishop to the king. But here we just get king to c1, immediately threatening to take the knight here. And this bishop is hanging too, but after takes, which is what happens in the game, there's just simply bishop takes d7 here. And if you take, then you're getting mated. Like if you go here, you're just getting mated even faster. Like the king is forced to go here, and then you can take this with check, and then the rook's coming in at some point. So yeah, this is you're just getting cooked in that position. So you get king to f8 right after bishop takes d7, and now another brilliant move. You can pause the video to try and find the move. The move is rook takes e7, sacrificing the exchange. And the idea is that after king takes e7, there's queen to e4 check, and you're getting mated. So if you go to f6, there's just queen to e5 check here, and then wherever you go, you're getting mated. Like king to f7, there's just knight to g5 here. If you go to g6, there's queen to f5, king h5, and then knight to f7, like this. Nice mate over there. And if you go here, then there's just knight takes g5 once again, and it's going to be mate eventually, like king to f6, queen to f5, and this is going to be mate. And if you go here, you get mated immediately. So after that, we get the move king to d8 here, the only move. But then the bishop can move somewhere. We get bishop to f5 here. Excuse me. After that, we get king to c7, and now we get the move queen to e5 check. And after king to c6, rook d6 check, king to b5, and after queen to b2 check, black just resigns because after king to a4, there's bishop to c2 check, like this, and you're getting mated. Like let's say king to a5, queen to a3 check. And then king b5 is a dovetail mate like this. And if you block, then obviously you're getting mated over there. And if you go here, then there's queen to a3 check, king to b5, knight to d4 check is what the engine says. That's crazy. Knight to d4. And the idea is after c takes d4, there's bishop to d3. Because the idea is that when you go bishop to d3 here, there's c4. So yeah. Crazy move. And then if you go king to a6, there's mate with queen a3 check again. So king b5 and leading to the same mate with knight d4 check. So that was a very nice game by Taimanovir. So the main move of this game was the fact that he played d5 here. And then after takes, he doesn't recapture, he just plays e5. He goes for active play here. And then d4 here. But then bishop takes. And then a brilliant move with castles. Like, that's crazy. Those castles are brilliant here. Because then rook he1 and suddenly you're getting cooked. So yeah, that is the end of the video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and bye.